Complain about me logging into my phone 30 seconds late? I'll work my hours, but cost you money. My first job out of bar school was with an ambulance chasing firm. I worked 12 to 8 p.m. in the call center, calling people after accidents to get them to sign with us for a personal injury claim. Officially, this was not cold calling, as the details were passed to us by insurance companies who assured us that each lead had confirmed injuries and asked to speak to a lawyer. I have my doubts over how truthful the insurers were after a number of people called, denied any injury, or seemed surprised to be contacted by a solicitor's firm, but that is not the cause of this story. I was very good at my job. Our target was 10 new claims a day, so if you got a car with driver and passenger in the front and 3 kids in the back, you were laughing as that one call was half your quota. Many colleagues would go onto a go slow once they had their 10, but I kept busy. If nothing else, it was boring. Then when not working and time dragged, it would average about 25 new clients a day. After 6 months, we get a new manager in the call center. I'm one of those micromanager types, which is a style I do not respond to well. I start getting emails saying things like, "You were 30 seconds, 1 minute, and 23 seconds late logging into the system today. Make sure you stay late by that much time." Now, I should point out that up until now, I logged out at the end of my shift, bang on time, unless I was on a call, in which case I would finish it. And if this was a call with 5 people in, you could be stuck for another 45 minutes. We also had to turn the computers off at the end of the day. Easy, hit shutdown and walk off, and turn them on at the start of our shift. The computers being slow, this could take 5 minutes before you could log into the call system. I responded to the first few emails pointing out that logging into the call system 30 seconds late meant I actually turned the computer on, which was technically part of my job, about 4.5 minutes before my shift started, and I stayed late regularly to finish calls. The manager told me that the time to turn on the computer was not part of my job, and I had to be ready to make calls bang on 12. I contacted HR, and they reluctantly agreed that turning on the computer was one of our duties, and therefore, we only needed to be in ready to press the power button at 12. New manager was not easily binned, though. He started buying the time we got to our desks, and then, as is always the case when relying on public transport, if you were a few seconds or minutes late, he'd send the email telling you to work the extra time at the end of your shift. I decided that I had enough of this, and so I decided to work to rule. I stopped trying to get new clients after hitting my 10 for the day and would play on the internet unless getting an incoming call from someone responding to a voicemail. I wouldn't make any outgoing calls after hitting the daily target. I also decided that if I was on call at 8 p.m., I would simply tell the potential client, "My shift has now finished. Hang up and turn the computer off." I did this for a week and encouraged others to do it. When the weekly stats hit my boss's desk, he realized we were about a third down in terms of clients secured compared to the other weeks. He called us into a meeting with his head of department and bollocked us all, asked us why we were all lazy and not securing clients, screaming about us hanging up on the clients. I just said, "You told us you wanted us to work as required by the contract, down to the second. That's all we're doing. Do you not like it?" A few weeks later, he was gone and a much more sensible manager moved in. Things went back to the way they were. I ended up staying at the firm for 7 years, although only in the call center for 9 months before moving on to case handling and then trial work.